Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur has always been a game with lots and lots of emotions, lots and lots of celebrations, goals, thrilling moments. Like, who can forget this incredible comeback of United to coming back from 2-0 down at half-time to score 5 goals in the second half and finish the game 5-2. And back when Ronaldo was a Red Devil, so Alex Ferguson was in charge of Manchester United. We had players with the likes of Wayne Rooney, Dimitar Berbatov, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. It was incredible times. And Tottenham, even though lacked firepower as much as they do now, there were no Harry Kane or Dele Alli at that time, but still they really knew how to put a good show, I would say. Coming back to the modern times, like last season in this very fixture, we can see the rivalry brimming up between former Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho and the current Manchester United manager Gunnar Solskjaer, and Rashford banging in goals in this very fixture this season only, in the reverse fixture earlier in September. Rashford scored the winning goal. It was incredible. Good times, good games. Of course, the game began with both teams taking a knee, because that has kind of become a ritual now, a mandatory ritual now, before the start of every Premier League game. What has happened in recent times, all the movement against racism all around the world, it really is a good step towards, I would say, changing times in this modern era towards humanity. Now, looking at the formations, Manchester United started with a classic 4-2-3-1, or maybe a 4-4-2. But I don't think it was a classic 4-4-2, because in a 4-4-2 you can see how a second striker would be always being in close proximity to the main centre forward. Here it was different. It was a back four, a flat back four, as you can see in the picture. But the midfielders, in terms of midfielders, only Fred and McTominay were holding and sticking together. Bruno Fernandes was more like a central attacking midfielder, drifting in and out whenever he needed. Anyways, United started the game with a really high amount of press. This press, what it did was, as you can see, resulted in Tottenham not being able to build from their full-back positions or even their defensive midfield positions. Harry Winks was completely occupied in the diamond with Bruno, McTominay, James and Martial, so there's no chance of Harry Winks getting the ball or even being able to do anything with it. Son or Ben Davies, as you can see, all they had, the option that had remained to them was to pass to Hugo Lloris back in the goal. And Lloris also, because the fullbacks were being covered almost all the time behind the players, the only choice left to Lloris was to punt the goal kick or the ball right up front at the halfway line. What it did was, it didn't allow Tottenham to build anything from the back. And as you can see, Maguire or say someone like McTominay, they were very easily picking up balls in between. The long balls from Lloris or even from the wide positions. Now just look at how easily this can be turned into a counter-attack. Maguire cuts the ball from Lloris, this gives, I would say, Bruno a really good opportunity, a passing opportunity to Daniel James. Only the pass was a bit, I would say, not up to the mark, and it was very, in an impressive way, cut off by the defensive assets of Tottenham Hotspur. A really impressive thing which I noticed right from the start of the game was how Luke Shaw was constantly overlapping, coming forward from the flank and giving his bits and pieces to the offensive play, the offensive build-up of Manchester United. This really proved to be helpful in all reasons. As you can see how this very little moment of Luke Shaw coming forward and getting the ball and disrupting the Tottenham positioning, positioning of Tottenham players, this resulted in the only good opportunity of the whole game that came from Luke Shaw to Fred in the midfield to Daniel James, and then a wonderful one-touch pass from Bruno Fernandes to Rashford. Only the problem was Lloris is, of course, an expert in goalkeeping, one of the best, really, this kind of quality. Now, Luke Shaw going forward and helping United attack was good in one sense, but it was proving to be bad in another. As you can see in this picture, the right back of Tottenham Hotspur, Serge Aurier, had ample amount of space to cover on, because Shaw, so busy tracking back, kind of forgot that he has to be, I would say, close to the edge of the pitch He was so near in the middle that this was proving to be very dangerous for United. And this is his fourth minute. I have actually picked this up various amount of times. Even the first goal, as we will see right now, was, I would say, not 50% but 40% or 49% was Luke Shaw's fault. And then again, a very close opportunity in the second half was Luke Shaw's fault. His fault of not being able to see who to man mark or who to pick. Okay, a few minutes ahead, Daniel James had an amazing opportunity. His speed, tremendous, we all know that. But there was something wrong with Daniel James. I would say sense of play, his decision making. Anybody who watches United games on a constant basis knows, and has been watching Daniel James, knows that his decision making has been really on a decline ever since his golden patch in the early few months of his joining. I would say since September or October, Daniel James is yet to put in even one performance that has actually impressed me, really. And this example is this clipping is just an example of what I'm saying right now. James had loads and loads of opportunity to pass to Rashford, be it a forward grounded pass, overlapping a cross, even a curved ball or a low pass. But what he did was ran forward with the ball and crossed it all the way to God knows what or where. Again, another good opportunity completely wasted by Manchester United. And then we wonder why we cannot get any goals. It's obvious. It's really so obvious. Now this talk between Jose Mourinho and Serge Bergwijn really kind of changed something, I would say, for Tottenham. I don't know if people watching at home picked it up or not, but Tottenham's formation after this talk in the drinks break completely changed. Suddenly the tempo of the game also changed. Tottenham earlier in a 4-1-4-1 formation with Kane up front as lone target man and all the players bit inside their own half. After this they just completely changed into a 4-4-2, a classic 4-4-2 formation with Lamela and Kane up front, providing lots of pressure on United defense because of a 2v2 formation, at times even 3v2 formation situation. And this just moments later proved to be fatal for United. As you can see, Bergwijn here gets the ball, and for now it's a 3v2 formation for 3 defenders of United against 2 attacking players of Tottenham Hotspur. But fast forward 2 seconds, Maguire completely gets owned by Bergwijn and the situation totally changes. It's suddenly a 2v3 formation, and it's this kind of situation that actually is just 90% surety of goal, because here Bergwijn has not 1 but 2 opportunities. Now Kane would not be, I would say, such a good opportunity because Kane was again in the middle covered by Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka, but a pass to Son, and Son again is known for his distance shooting, so Son could have done it and killed the game. But I think Bergwijn in hindsight took the best decision right now at this very moment. He dribbled the ball and scored an absolute brilliant goal past the hair and giving Tottenham the lead. Now after this goal, I've been watching a lot of criticism towards David De Gea. Of course, we all would be aware of what Roy Keane said to Harry Maguire and David De Gea, not getting them on the team bus, even fighting them on some occasions. I don't know what to make of that, but as a former Manchester United player, that's absurd, that kind of talk to me. Anyways, I'm not gonna comment on Roy Keane, but in my opinion, this was maybe 1% David De Gea's mistake and 99% brilliance of Serge Bergwijn. You see, this photo might say that it slipped off David De Gea's hand, but if you watch the replay of this goal in real time, of course I cannot show it here on my video because of copyright issues, but if you watch the replay of this goal, this shot was struck with such ferocity. I don't think any goalkeeper in the world could have saved that. Maybe if he was positioned right in front and the ball had gone on to his stomach, it was a different case. But then again, it is a sole matter of luck, not of ability. David De Gea still managed to get some part of his hand to the ball. But imagine the kind of speed this shot has. It was absolutely impossible for any goalkeeper to save it. So saying that it is David De Gea's fault, this goal was very stupid to concede, no, absolutely not. Bergwijn was brilliant with his dribbling, he was even better with his shot, the power of his shot, and this goal was solely 100% credit goes to Bergwijn for this goal. Like I said, second time, Just moments later after the first goal, Luke Shaw again comes forward, but doesn't know who to mark or what to do, and suddenly it's again a dead end for United's defense as ball is put forward past Luke Shaw at the right flank, and now Bergman has all the space in the world to put in crosses or maybe dribble and score past De Gea again, but he instead chooses to put a cross to Son, a very good cross, and this time, fortunately, De Gea comes on and saves a good header by Son. Now just look at this. Just look at the pathway of the shot and the save. This was merely less than 1 second of reaction time for De Gea, and he still managed to save it. I would say this save by De Gea deserves some praise, but I do not see anyone talking about this save. Really, I haven't seen it once. This save being talked about, but everyone is talking about how the ball kind of slipped off his hand in the first goal, which never even did in the first place. But this sudden agenda against David De Gea, in my opinion, is completely bizarre to me. I don't get it why you're gonna do it to someone who has saved Manchester United single-handedly again and again and again for years. Now suddenly, maybe I wouldn't even say mistakes, but a rough patch, a bad patch, and everyone is kind of going against him. I just don't get it. In the latter stages of the first half, after the goal, United again started pressing with ferocity and getting the ball very quickly. In the middle of the first half, before the first goal came in, United kind of slowed down, which resulted, of course, in Tottenham getting the upper hand. But as the first half was coming to its end, United again started pressing and putting pressure on Tottenham, not allowing them to build up from the wings or from the middle, which again proved to be a bit effective, but not very effective in any sense of finding an equalizer for United. Fast forward to the second half, and this decision of not bringing in Paul Pogba, even the start of second half, again confused me. I genuinely thought before the start of the game that Pogba was going to start because he was 100% fit. We all were excited, we all were tremendously eager to see how Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba are going to link up, but he started on the bench. Okay, we go 1-0 down at halftime. Now everyone would think, okay, Paul Pogba is going to come on, but no. Start of second half, he still doesn't come on. And this is actually maybe a lack of decision making on the part of Solskjaer, because Pogba really should have come on, and we will see later on how Pogba, the moment he comes on, he instantly makes an impact. So imagine what he could have done if he had started the game in the first place. Now as second half proceeded, we saw not just Luke Shaw was coming forward right from the start of the game, but this time even Aaron Wan-Bissaka was coming forward. So basically both the fullbacks of Manchester United were overlapping constantly. Now minutes later, this was a very exciting opportunity for Tottenham in the 59th minute, as Kane here had the ball and he could have passed a long ball to Aurier, and any long ball at this stage to Aurier, as you can see, Aurier has loads and loads of empty space. He could have just scored a goal. I would say minimum he could have got a corner at this point of time, and there was again a very high probability that he could have scored because it was a completely open area all the way to the goal. But what eventually Kane does is he passes to Eric Lamela, and Shaw, with a very good tackle in defensive cover, gets the ball out of danger. So this situation was fortunately neutralized by Manchester United. Maybe Kane did not see Aurier at that point of time, or he had already made up his mind to pass to Lamela. I don't know, but it was. I'm glad Kane didn't actually pass to Aurier at this point. A few minutes later, finally Paul Pogba comes in for Fred, and you can immediately see what I was talking about, the immediate impact of Paul Pogba. Suddenly the momentum was with United, the flow of the game changed, the tempo of United's build-up changed, and we again had a very good opportunity with Bruno Fernandes getting the ball by Paul Pogba. Just look at the pass here by Bruno Fernandes to Anthony Martial. It was like a goal on a silver platter. But Martial maybe wasn't expecting the pass to be that good, so he never put in a run. Or again, his laziness, like always, he wasn't at the right time in the right situation, which resulted in the chance never being converted. Disappointing part by Martial again, but I wasn't surprised, honestly. Like I said, anybody who's been watching Martial over time knows that his lack of running off the ball is really an issue for United. few minutes later, Nemanja Matic also came on the pitch, and now it was a very interesting part for Manchester United with a formal back three, it was visible back three, not just a tactical one, but a visible one with McTominay, Matic, and Maguire making back three, and Maguire also coming forward all the way till the opposition box, like you see in this picture, with loads and loads of freedom, and the defensive duty was kind of also off his back because now there were two really tall and aggressive players with McTominay and Matic covering defense. I really like this tactic by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the dying minutes of the game. It was kind of a FIFA Cup player tactic, you know, when you press all out attack and your defender, centre back is coming forward in the opposition box and he even puts in a header or a shot in the ending minutes of the game. It was kind of, it gave me those similar kind of vibes, so I liked it. I really liked this tactic. And Maguire actually didn't do bad either. He held up the ball with a good amount of time, even dribbled it past Oreo Sissoko, I think, I remember, and getting the ball to Wan-Bissaka just moments later, who put in a cross, but that cross again wasn't delivered the way it should have been and resulted in nothing. Completely flying past Urian Igalo and completely getting wasted. Now the interesting part. This, I think it was harsh. I think it was not a penalty. It wasn't a foul on Paul Pogba, and it was harsh, the penalty. But it got converted in the end. It was given and it got converted in the end by Bruno Fernandes. United got level with Tottenham. But this one, second one, was even bizarre. This was actually visible even in real time that it wasn't a penalty, and it was a dive. Yeah, I said it. Dive by Bruno Fernandes. But still, John Moss decided to give it, and fortunately, we had turned it over. I, as a United fan, would still feel a bit ashamed if this was given and actually converted, because you could see it was not a penalty by any means. Eric Dyer didn't even touch Bruno Fernandes here. The funny part was watching Jose Mourinho's reaction. It was brilliant in real time. It was completely fuming at the referee. It was incredible. The last few, I would say, minutes, the last 10 minutes of the game, 80 to 90 minutes, were actually the best part of the game. In all sense, the drama, the ecstasy, everything was there. Right at the end of the game, Mason Greenwood had a really good chance, and he really displayed why he is known as the next wonder kid of Manchester United with this brilliant dribbling and getting a bit unlucky with his shot. He could have made it 2-1 for Manchester United, but again, at that angle with his weak foot, he struck with his right foot and he's left-footed, so it was his weak foot. It's difficult, but no doubt to Greenwood's ability. He did everything he could at that point of time, which was really impressive. So that was the last thing that happened, the last highlight of the game, and soon the game finished 1-1 with Tottenham and Manchester United both showing points. It was, I think, a fair result by all means, because both teams did give their best. Even if we say United's penalty was undeserving, United could have scored in the early minutes, the very first Rashford opportunity in the first half of the game. So I think both teams got what they deserved. Tottenham made a few chances, United made a few chances. Both teams never made many chances, so 1-1 is definitely a fair scoreline. And in the end, points were shared, fair result, and it was a good match. For we also have to remember that most of the players here didn't have any amount of football for like 3 months, so the fitness level also was quite low. And it was actually fortunate that there were no injuries like the Arsenal and City game here. Both teams came off with 11 players completely fit. Maybe Lindelof looked a bit bruised when he came off for Nemanja Matic, but still, I hope Lindelof doesn't get really serious injury, because there hasn't been any update from Manchester United for like anything like that. So I'm taking it was just a light bruise. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and this was a new thing I tried, tactical video with my voice. I might continue this with voice or turn it to picture and letter and pictures. Let's see. It would of course depend on the reviews I get by you guys. So if you do like it or whatever you need me to change, please say it in the comments and I will have a look at it and I will implement it in the future videos. Thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, bye, be safe and be healthy.